Hey friends! To paint these watercolor roses, I used quite a different technique, and I'm very excited now to share with you all of my tips on how to achieve this effect. My name is Luisa and this is the Lulu Blue Studio. Let's paint together these roses. So I created these roses taking advantage of a little bit of black ink, and I have this black ink in this small jar that you see on my screen that is dark in color. So I take a little bit of this black ink and I put it on my color palette with a little bit of ink pink, and I mix it with a little bit of Quinacridone Magenta. And using this mixture on my brush, this is a round brush in size 12, I started to create the center of the main rose in the center part of this composition. So this composition has a different technique because instead of just using watercolors as my base for the flowers, I'm using a mixture of inks and watercolors, and mainly the mixture is led by black ink. And this means that I take this black ink as the main component of the mixture, and I started to add a little bit of ink pink and a little bit of Quinacridone Magenta. And so this is the way I proceeded up until this moment. I created the basic shape of this rose with this round brush, mainly by starting from the center of this flower and then adding petals to the external part of this rose. And mainly these petals are created using this mixture of dark ink. And then I'm allowing some pink and some pink ink and some Quinacridone Magenta to blend into this dark mixture of darker ink while this mixture is still wet. And so we can achieve beautiful blending effects that allow this pink to mix together with the darker ink that is part of the first layer. If you don't have black ink, you can proceed in the same way, just using watercolors and just allowing the first layer to be a darker mixture. It can be any mixture of any color. It can also be, for example, watercolor blue. You just take and you mix a little bit of blue that you have with some water, and you just create your first layer in this way. And then you can add other colors on top, like the pink I've used in this case, to mix with the very first layer of, for example, blue paints that you have used for your rose. I proceed in a similar way to start to create the second rose, and instead of using a pink color, I'm using instead a mixture of lemon yellow. Therefore, for the first layer, I'm mixing a little bit of my dark ink, black ink, with a little bit of lemon yellow, and I'm creating the petals, and I want this rose to be facing downwards this page. Therefore, I am allowing the bigger petals, the external petals of this yellow rose, to touch a little bit the pink petals of the rose that is in the center of this page, and then I'm creating the center just with yellow lemon and without using any ink, and in this way the center is going to be a little bit brighter. With this dark ink, with this black ink, I'm starting to create some leaves, and as you can see, I'm first adding the first layer just with this dark ink, and then I started to add a little bit of cobalt green. And therefore I'm approaching these leaves in the same way as I've done for the flowers so far, and I allow these two different colors, the gray, the black of the ink, and the green of the leaves, to just blend while they are still wet directly onto the page. To create these leaves, I'm taking advantage of the shape of my round brush, and I created these leaves just by touching the page with the belly of this brush and then putting some pressure and releasing the pressure. And I'm creating the branches of these leaves just by touching the paper just with the tip of my round brush. I've decided to ground these flowers by adding some stems from the center of the roses down to the bottom part of the page, And I've decided to add some darker brush strokes of green into the leaves that are still wet. I'm also using some Azomethine green yellow as a color to start to create new leaves, and I changed the size of a few leaves. Some leaves are bigger in size, while some other leaves are smaller in size. Remember also to change the color value and therefore remove part of the pigment in the cup of water in order to create leaves that are contrasting in color values. So some leaves are going to be darker and some leaves are going to be much lighter. You can keep using this technique and you can keep using a little bit of, for example, black ink to create your first layer for these leaves, or any other light mixture of any other color that you have on your color palette, and then you can add on top, while this layer is still wet, more contrasting colors like green for the leaves or other colors for the petals. In this case, I see that the upper part of the page is quite empty, and therefore I've decided to add another rose using the same technique, in this case using this transparent orange color. I'm starting from the center of this rose and I mix a little bit of black ink with some transparent orange, and I'm creating with the tip of my brush the internal petals. And then using some black ink and mainly the side of my brush, I'm creating thicker petals all around. I'm using the tip of my brush when I want to create very fine petals and the side of my brush when I want to create petals that are quite thick. And also with the tip of my brush and just with the bright orange, this transparent orange that I'm using, therefore without using any dark ink, I am just adding a few brush strokes on a few petals in order for these petals to look a little bit brighter. It is up to you to add then at this point as many leaves as you like, and take advantage of this technique that I have explained to create your flowers and your petals and also your leaves as dark or as light as you wish. If you like this video, press like down below, and if you want to support me with the creation of other videos like this one, please subscribe to this channel because it really helps me to create for you some free content to watch. Thank you very much. Also, if you are interested in understanding how to paint loose style flowers in watercolor, remember that you can download at the link below that you can find in the description the Beginner's Guide to Watercolor Flower Painting, which is an 18-page ebook that you can download for free, where I explain everything I know about supplies, techniques, and how to improve your watercolor skills. It is a great book that you can still use to learn how to watercolor paint loose style flowers, and it's a great support to these videos on my YouTube channel. And at this point I'm creating a few leaves in the upper part of the page just to give the right flow to the whole composition, and I'm adding a few brush strokes of blue. This is a Prussian Blue, just on a few stems for example, and adding a few leaves. And I picked this color because this whole composition is overall quite cool, quite cold in their colors, and therefore I'm adding a few leaves that are much more concentrated. They don't have this green color, and I think it looks very nice as a contrasting brush strokes in the leaves with this blue color. With some Azomethine green yellow, which is a sort of yellow green, I'm adding just a few brush strokes to bring a little bit of light into the whole composition. As you probably know by now, towards the end of any composition in watercolor, I like to add some darker brush strokes, and that's what I've done up until now. And in this moment I'm just taking a smaller brush, a round brush in size 6, and I'm using some more concentrated ink, in this case a pink ink, to give a little bit more definition to the center part of these roses, in this case to the pink rose. Basically, I'm using the same colors I used to create the base color of these flowers, and I am adding a few brush strokes into the center, just the center part of these flowers, to create a little bit more depth. In this case, I'm using a little bit of lemon yellow, and for the orange flower, I'm using some transparent orange. I really like how the mixture of a dark ink that I've used to create the first layer really mixes with the watercolor paints that I've used to give color to these roses. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. Thank you so much for watching. See you at my next tutorial.